It's Black History Month.
Hello, my name's Odessa Esco, and happy Black History Month. Welcome to part 17 of my Black History Month series. Today's video is about the word texturism. Texturism is referring to the texture of your hair. Within the Afro hair community, there are different texture types. Just like there's different types of waviness for straighter hair people, like finer hair, once it gets really, really curly, you know it has a different way of reacting with products and it looks differently and requires different treatment at different stages of hair types. My hair, for example, is Afro hair, and I can say it's 4C hair, which is one of the most tightest coils you can have for your hair. My hair is now currently in locks. I feel like 4C hair is easy to lock, and that was an easy way for me to manage. I grew up in a predominantly white area, so having Afro hair was not something I enjoyed while growing up. I was treated different if I had an Afro versus when I had like a weave or hair extensions that I would say was white girl hair. I know it's ignorant of me to say white girl hair, so I just want you to know that perspective was from my childhood. I understand no matter what your skin type is, you can have different types of hair. I've seen very dark skinned people with bone thin, straight hair. Lots of Ethiopian women and men have thinner hair. There are lots of mixes of people. For example, my boyfriend, he has more fine curls, and he's also a black man, but his mother, she is Portuguese white, so his hair is thinner than mine. There are people who think certain hair types are more beautiful, and just like with featureism, you are entitled to think somebody's beautiful, but you should always question why. There's been a historical preference for not even just straighter hair, but like white people hair. In the black community, there's an awful phrase, good hair. I would have bad hair, and if somebody had thinner hair and was a black person and their hair was like straighter, they got good hair. And that, of course, is anti-black. It's distancing yourself from blackness to make it seem like your hair is prettier the more Caucasian it looks, and Caucasian in the sense of it being straight hair. Of course, like I said, there are lots of demographics and races that have darker skin and thin hair, like natives and indigenous people. When I went to Mexico, I saw really dark-skinned Mexicans with straight hair. So it's not exclusive to the white community, of course. But in terms of racism in the Americas, it definitely was referencing white people and whiteness. So now, 2025, I can fully embrace my 4C hair. I love that it's locked. Maybe it won't be forever. Maybe I'll rock an afro again one day. But either way, I'm happy with my 4C hair. There's no such thing as bad hair. And texturism is something that you should always be aware of. If a black girl has her hair a certain way, try to uplift her if it's her natural hairstyle or not. Because oftentimes there's been a lot of pressure in the black community, especially for women, to have straighter hair. People would put on wigs and relaxers, which would damage your hair a lot more often in the past than they do now. It is still your choice to wear your hair however you want, but in the past it didn't really feel like that because you wouldn't get jobs, you wouldn't be allowed to go to school. There are actually still places where certain hair types are banned, like locks are banned. I know when I wanted to teach in Korea, at one point, some schools would say hijabs and, locks are banned. And to me, that's saying you don't want a certain type of person. A lot of brown people wear hijabs and black people, and a lot of black people have hair types that would make it making lock hairstyle really common for us. So to say nobody with locks, it's kind of saying no Black people, to me at least. It's not inclusive. If you feel like you're in a workplace or space where you have to be presentable, you should also feel okay wearing your natural hair. I grew up in a white community, and these white girls would like jump out of bed and put their hair in a bun and go to school, go to a business meeting, and they would call it a messy bun, and it was cute. But if I go anywhere with my afro or even my locks, sometimes I'm treated as an unprofessional person or even a criminal. So be mindful of people's rights to have their hair in the way they want. There's no such thing as good hair, bad hair. You are a professional person, and if you have your hair a certain way, that is professional hair because you are a professional, you are a student, you are a loving parent, you are a part of society, you are everything at the same time, no matter what's on your head. Of course, I'm not saying don't brush your hair, don't do your head. Take care of your hair, make sure it's healthy and clean, of course. But outside of that, there should be no stereotypes or no judgment on how we style our hair when it's the natural way it comes out of our bodies. That's all for today. If you still have questions about texturism, leave them in the comments down below, and I'll see you in my next video. Stay cute. Bye.